What's good, man? It's your boy Greg, one half of the co-pilots, man. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel. And we finna go ahead and get into it, man. How it's looking, man, the Jaguars, we probably gonna keep Trent Baalke, man, and for good reason. I know a lot of people disagree with this move, and it's been a lot of rants and everything going on about let's fire Trent Baalke and things of that nature there, man. But me myself, man, my personal opinion, I feel if we allow Trent Baalke to leave, I think we will be actually firing the wrong person. You get what I'm saying? And I'm not suggesting that anybody should get fired, but I think that this decision will be made basically off of how we feeling at the moment. You get what I'm saying? Because you have to take into account his track record. We can go back to what he did at San Fran because I say this because Trent Baalke actually has a pedigree, a championship pedigree at being a GM. And if we look back at his time when he was with the 49ers or whatnot, his first move that he did with the 49ers, he brought in Jim Harbaugh. And if we remember, when Harbaugh came in, that allowed the development of Alex Smith because he was on the verge of being a bust. Let's keep it a buck. He was on the verge of being a bust. You get what I'm saying? And you can also look back at some notable picks that he was able to bring in, like Arden Smith, Colin Kaepernick. You get what I'm saying? And Jimmy Ward, Eric Reed, and the list goes on and whatnot. You get what I'm saying? And we can and man, it's safe to say, like, towards the end of his tenure at with the 49ers, that things didn't pretty much go as planned. Harbaugh got fired. Well, he didn't get fired, but he took the job at Michigan. He left and took the job at Michigan. Patrick Willis retired because he had, concussion problems or whatnot, and different things or whatnot. Colin Kaepernick, he wasn't playing as good. And I look at and even backtrack what he was able to do in San Fran. You got to look at when he got there. He led as a GM. He led them to three NFC championships and also a Super Bowl in which he could have won. Those was close games. The better team won. So now let's go to the Jacksonville. And you look at what he was able to do, man, when he first came in. You get what I'm saying? Now, I did not, a lot of people, he still catch a lot of heat behind the move he made when he brought in Urban Myers and whatnot. Mistakes happen, things happen. You get what I'm saying? But let's look at what he was able to do after that when he fixed it. You get what I'm saying? He brought in Trevor Lawrence. He brought in Travis Etienne. He brought in Tyson Campbell, Walker Little, Andre Cisco, um Trayvon Walker, you know what I'm saying? He brought in these players that was impact players. You get what I'm saying? And you can even go to, like, some of these players that was like late round draft picks, like Monteric Brown, Ventrell Miller looked like he can be a starter on any team. Anton Harris, you get what I'm saying? And so, man, when you break down everything he was able to do with this team, he did everything the fans required of him, everything the team required of him. You get what I'm saying? And the owner. So I think that, man, this season, we look at this season right here, right, which is a horrible season for the Jags. You get what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people look at him as the main concern. And I've been making a case for Trent Baalke for the longest or whatnot, because I feel that sometimes you can get put in a bad situation. And so now, let's look at what he was able to do, some of the good he was able to do, man. The last two seasons, the Jaguars, we was what 9-7, with a playoff win. Not saying that that's what we settling for or whatnot, but at the same time, you have to take into account how he was able to build the team and everything like that. This season kind of shaky or whatnot, and I don't more so blame him, because everything he was a he the goal was to put pieces around Trevor, in which I think he did a great job of doing that. You get what I'm saying, with the rival Brian Thomas Jr. You get what I'm saying? You still had Evan Ingram on the roster. Um, you still had Christian Kirk. And so, man, I think he did a great job, but I think this season was more so lost due to the fact that Trevor Lawrence played horrible. Like this something else we have to take into consideration, right? Because we do all this talking. We always say, man, we want to win in culture in Jacksonville. You get what I'm saying? We want to win in culture, things of that nature, whatnot. So when you bring a GM that comes from a winning culture that has a proven resume in Trent Baalke, may I add, when he was at San Francisco, and like I pointed out, 3 straight appearances to the NFC Championship and 1 appearance in the Super Bowl or whatnot. So and not only that, man, you got to look at when we brought in Doug Peterson, another head coach that also has a championship pedigree. You get what I'm saying? Because he led his team to a Super Bowl with a backup quarterback. He's responsible for the development of Carson Wentz, who was one of the runner up for being the MVP that season, and also Nick Foles, which had his best season because he led his team to a Super Bowl in the absence of Carson Wentz, and almost repeated the next season. You know what I'm saying? If I may add, you know, so if I'm looking at the one person that's on this team that doesn't has a proven resume, you get what I'm saying? That would be Trevor Lawrence. You know, and it's not to throw no shade on him, but this is why and I say that to get to the fans or whatnot, to just pipe down a little bit. You get what I'm saying? I just want fans to stop putting out following these bad sports narratives that's going around. You get what I'm saying? Like, one is that Press Taylor with him calling the plays or whatnot. You know, none of us on the sideline of things of that nature. We quoting things that we hear people saying, but when I look at this, and this not me saying that Press Taylor is a good play caller or not. But what I am saying is this: with my own eyes, what I saw in that field is when you have a wide open receiver and your quarterback misses the open receiver, or he overthrow it or throw an interception. That's not on the play call. You get what I'm saying? That's on the quarterback missing his read or whatnot. That's on your quarterback overthrowing the ball. So we have to put the blame where it lies at. You know what I'm saying? And we have to hold Trevor Lawrence accountable. We have to stop making excuses for Trevor Lawrence or whatnot. Do I think he's gonna get better? Do I think he's gonna improve? Certainly. You get what I'm saying? But we have to call it like we see it, man. You know what I'm saying? We have to stop making excuses. We all know we want Trevor Lawrence to be good. We do. You know what I'm saying? I always tell people, right? Take the name Lawrence off the back of that jersey, right? And the number 16, and you put, you know what I'm saying, some odd name, some random name or whatnot. With the performance he's been having, what we would be saying is we need to get another quarterback. That's what we would be saying. You get what I'm saying? But we have so much confidence in Trevor Lawrence from what we seen in college, you know what I'm saying, and the stigma that was placed on him. We feel as though, man, he can't do no wrong, and we have to get out of that. You get what I'm saying? We have to call it like we see it, man, and stop putting the blame on these coaches and GMs, man, and hold Trevor Lawrence accountable. We can try to defend Trevor Lawrence and say the play calling, and you need to fire this person to put people around him, and the offensive line. But last time I checked, man, a lot of these interceptions was thrown and these misfired balls was thrown in a clean pocket. You get what I'm saying? And I'm not going to sit here and say that Trevor Lawrence has the best offensive line in the world, but I think that he has a decent offensive line that could still, do some building and you can add to it. But at the same time, I think his offensive line was very competent. You get what I'm saying? And so I think that we put so much of the blame on Trent Baalke, Doug Peterson, and Press Taylor when all you have to look at Trevor Lawrence, man. He has to be the guy that you have to blame for this season, and not Trent Baalke, not Doug Peterson, not Press Taylor. I'm not going to say Press Taylor is the best play caller, but at the same time, a lot of these plays was drawn up well, and Trevor just missed throws. He overthrew people. You get what I'm saying? He didn't have his best season. Now, and I'm saying that to say that Trevor Lawrence is not the quarterback for the Jags. Certainly not. I think that Trevor Lawrence is a good quarterback. I think a lot of these problems that he have can be fixed. Like I always point to this, with Trevor Lawrence, his pre-snap read. That's one of his biggest problems because if you look at his numbers, he probably have one of the worst ratings against the blitz. And a lot of times that's because, when a quarterback doesn't have a good pre-snap read. You got to be able to read when your blitz is coming. You got to be able to know, who to throw the ball to, things of that nature, whatnot. And I think that that's something he can work on. I think, the deep ball, the mid-strong balls and everything, that's something that can get fixed. That happens or whatnot. But it just happened a lot this season with him. So like I say, man, me personally, I like what Trent Baalke is doing with this team. I don't think we should get rid of him. You also have to look at with the roster management as well. You get what I'm saying? Like you have to look at like how he was able to each year still bring in players, reshuffle the roster and still bring in players to fill the roster. And I'm not gonna say I agree with everything Trent Baalke has done. You get what I'm saying? Like I say, I didn't agree with the Urban Myers pickup. Um, I'm not gonna even say I fully agree with the with the Mike Caldwell firing the defensive coordinator from last season because defense, gave up a lot, but we had got a lot of turnovers, you know, and that was major, whatnot. So I think he was pretty much like the scapegoat for that. But we also brought in another defense coordinator who was really high up there. You get what I'm saying? Um, I didn't agree with us letting go Darius Williams as well. But you have to be honest though. If you because we looking at everything in hindsight. Let's look back. When you let go a player like Darius Williams, right? Who nobody really like throwing a bag at. And you bring in a player like Ronald Darby, who we know that is not saying he's a standout player, but a very solid player. Like if you compare both of their careers, Ronald Darby is the better player. You know, so that was like how you I look at that was a good move he did by bringing him in when you made a move that I didn't agree with. So like I say, man, I think he did a good job with the roster managing the cap, and also bringing in talent. You know what I'm saying? I think that I think he brought in good talent, man, in free agency and in the draft. Like I pointed out, man, he brought in some solid players, man, through the draft and whatnot. But like I say, man, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Y'all hit me up in the comment section, man. This your boy Greg, one half of the co-pilots, man. I'm out.